I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their claw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat your children. Praise be to Allah.
This is the terrifying eyes of Mike Tyson. As we get into the story, guys, there is going to be an epic conclusion at the end of the video, so make sure you guys watch till the end of the video. Chapter 1, the story of Mike Tyson's eyes. The eyes of Mike Tyson really started to garner attention when people started to see his opponents being visibly scared every time he gave them that famous stare down in the ring. The reason why his eyes were so terrifying wasn't just the intensity, it was the absolute void of fear within them. Tyson's gaze wasn't just that of a fighter, it was of a predator sizing up its prey. His eyes didn't blink, didn't waver, and it seemed to pierce straight through his opponent's soul. It was said that Tyson's stare wasn't just psychological, it was part of his strategy. Cus D'Amato, his legendary and famous and one of the biggest and most famous boxing coaches and trainers in the world, had drilled into him the importance of breaking an opponent's mentality before breaking them physically. And this is why I personally like Cus D'Amato. I'm really big into human psychology. That stare down was Tyson's first punch, landing before the bell even rang. This really inspired me when I had my first boxing fight. You can click on the top right of the screen to check it out. Opponents like Michael Spinks, who were unbeaten before facing Michael Tyson, they looked defeated the moment they locked eyes with him. Watch Spinks at the weigh-in, trembling, his lips pressed tight, trying to avoid Tyson's gaze. But Tyson's eyes weren't always this way. They tell a story, a painful and turbulent one. Behind the fire, there was a broken kid who grew up in the unforgiving streets of Brownsville, Brooklyn. That pain, that struggle, became the fuel that lit the inferno in his eyes. And when Tyson stared into his opponents, he wasn't just looking at them.
But you could see it in Tyson's face when he's staring him down. There's this crazy, he's following him everywhere he goes, like a predator, dude.
He wasn't just looking at them, he was looking past them. He was looking at his future, he was looking at his pain, back at his demons, back at the people who doubted him when he was bullied when he was young, the person that killed his pigeons, and back at the fear that he buried deep inside himself. The terrifying eyes of Mike Tyson weren't just about intimidation, they were a window into the soul of a man, fighting for survival in and out of the ring. Chapter 2, what happened as a result of Mike Tyson's said tactics. He used his eyes as a weapon, a lethal one at that. He knew personally inside himself that his eyes were intimidating to any fighter. The way that he used it to get a psychological edge before his fights, I think needs to be studied, and that's why I'm making this video, and that's why you should subscribe to this channel. You know, I'm a nice guy. I'll never demand and force you guys to subscribe to my channel. I'm just going to tell you guys to subscribe and send this video to your uncle. But the effects of the case, a lethal way that he used his eyes, is very interesting as to why he did it, and why his legendary coach Cus D'Amato instilled this technique into the Michael of Tyson game plan. Because it's not a usual strategy. You know, you look at fighters today like Usyk, Fury, aka Luke Partridge, Anthony Joshua, DeLeon White, and a lot of fighters, they don't really use their eyes as much as Michael Tyson does. Well, you could say Tyson Fury uses it sometimes, as you saw in the recent Usyk versus Fury 2 fight. Usually fighters don't focus on their eyes so much as part of their game plan to psychologically break down an opponent before they step into the ring. before the first punch lands, as I mentioned in chapter 1. And quick side note, if you guys are still watching, let me know by typing Tyson I down below so I know you made it this far. The reason why I focus on Mike Tyson so much on my channel is because me myself, I'm extremely interested in how the mind works, as I mentioned before. And I also recently made a video explaining how Mike Tyson got me into boxing. He's the reason, one of the reasons why I started fighting myself. You know, I don't fight myself, but I'm fighting myself, if that makes sense. The mind and using it to their advantage. I mean, why do you guys think Mike Tyson and his team were so focused on psychology?
Put your mother in the straight jacket, you punk ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass, you punk white boy. You faggot. You can't touch me, you're not man enough. I eat your asshole alive.
Do you think it's because Mike Tyson needed it in his life? Do you think that he needed that psychological edge because of all the trauma that he went through in his life? I think that's really the reason. You know, the mind and using it to their advantage. You know, the way that I think is very commendable, the way that Costa-Mato knew the effects on the mind and psychology and how to get Mike Tyson to use that to his advantage. And anyway, guys, we're going into chapter 3, the conclusion. To conclude this amazing story, Tyson of Mike was a very ferocious and vicious fighter in the ring. He had many traumas in his life, many ups and downs, but ultimately he used what he can to achieve his goals and became very successful in doing so. What do you guys think of Mike Tyson's story? What do you think about Mike Tyson's eyes? Comment down below. I read and respond to every single comment. As you guys know, I hope you guys enjoyed this documentary for my famous hashtag Tyson Story documentaries on YouTube. New videos every Friday, 6 p.m. UK time. I know it took like 2 to 3 weeks off. Apologies guys, just been going through some stuff, but I'm also coming back with a lot better storytelling in my time off. I've been studying a lot of storytelling. I've been learning a lot. I've been improving my production, improving my editing team. So guys, I promise you guys we're going to see a big growth in 2025. Road to 1K subscribers. And then you guys know the bigger goal, 1 million subscribers in 2025. If you guys believe in me, show me. Let's try to get 50 likes on this video. I know we can. And as always, don't forget to send this video to your uncle. With that being said, guys, for some reason YouTube thinks you'll like this video at the end screen. Apparently there's a new like clicky sound when you click on it. So let's see if YouTube is right. Click on it. I also launched a new live streaming and a new podcast.
You were the one, the first fight.
Yeah, 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think, a lot of people have been saying this, I don't think it was that close, bro. I feel like Usyk was winning like comfortably, like he was ahead on the cards even without the knockdown. He was landing a lot of shots the first round, a lot of body shots. He was outboxing him. He was
That's the first 2 rounds, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah, the first 2 definitely his. That's 2-0 to Usyk.
Yeah.
But I think from 3 to 8, I think you have to be generous to even find a round that goes to Usyk.
Every Saturday, 6 p.m. UK time, me and my friend Jabs, aka Anthony, we're going to do a nice boxing podcast. So make sure you guys subscribe with notifications on to catch it. See you guys later, man. Thanks for watching.
Being an exotic, my flow's hypnotic, sometimes melodic.